I'm Kenneth, a relationship coach and a psychotherapist. Don't go through a breakup alone. Click on the link in the description below to get a one-on-one coaching with me, or go to my website, askcraig.net. Hi there, I'm Coach Kenneth, and in this video I'm going to be talking about what is going on here. Okay, so I'm already kind of laughing because I came across an email recently that just left me scratching my head thinking, what is going on here, okay? I mean, it happens sometimes. You guys do some really weird things sometimes, and it's okay, but I came across an email that I was just like, alright, what? And I had to share it. So, I hope you guys enjoy this situation as much as I did, because there's going to be a little bit of a twist at the end of this too, okay? The situation here was a 24-year-old guy who was dating a woman around the same age, and I asked him about the situation with her parents and whatnot, and this is what he told me. He said that her parents had migrated from China to Canada, and they were not making much money. Her dad was very strict and violent, constantly beat up mom and her. That's not part of the stuff what I was laughing about, okay? I actually forgot about that part. It has, you'll see. It had nothing to do with that. That's nothing to joke about, okay? Beat the mom up constantly, and that's absolutely horrific and awful that happened to her. And that her parents got divorced recently. I asked him about the breakup, and this is what he told me. He said that they're in a long-distance relationship. In June, she brought up the topic of breaking up because she felt that they were too far apart. Now, he's living in Singapore, and she's living in New York. And she wanted to be realistic, which I said is a very valid point. She also mentioned that she didn't think she could stay emotionally faithful to him. So, she's being honest. And you may not like that, or what she's saying, but at least she's being upfront and honest about it. And you really need to think about that and listen to what your partner says sometimes, or your ex says. Let me go on. They spent 3 weeks together in the States in August. After he came back, she decided to stick to her decision, and I tried to do no contact on her, but in a wrong way. Initially, she would still spam me video calls and get worried if I didn't reply, but I would still choose to ignore her. The last time I picked her up, I could tell she was extremely pissed. Yeah, I could see why. I don't tell you guys to ignore your ex, okay? There is a major confusion about no contact that had started long before I started putting my videos out there. And I've really toyed with the idea of renaming it or reframing it to help you guys really understand. No contact means no reaching out. That's what it means. No reaching out. And maybe that's what I should just start calling it. I don't know. But no contact can get very confusing and lead to some real problems I've seen. No contact just means don't reach out to them. If they reach out to you, you don't ignore them. I don't know why anybody would tell you to ignore them, because then they're just going to think, oh, well, they don't want to talk to me anymore, and then they're going to give up. So that is not anything that I teach. And like I said, there's a lot of bad information online. Think about it logically. Why would they continue to reach out if you just kept ignoring them? They would stop. So, you were ignoring her. Doesn't make any sense to me. I certainly didn't tell you that. He said there were instances whereby she would text me, "How are you?" And when I replied to her positively, "Doing great," started selling Pokemon cards for extra income. Ha, she would block me. That's odd for several reasons, isn't it? I started selling Pokemon cards for extra income. First of all, okay, nothing against Pokemon. Pokemon's great, whatever. Whatever, if you enjoy Pokemon, have at it. But, you know, it does sound a little odd that you're trying to let this girl you're doing better and you're improving your life by selling Pokemon cards on the side. And then she blocked him too. Like, okay, what did she get? Like, angry? She's like, I hope those weren't mine, and she blocked you? Like, I don't understand. So, okay. I mean, you guys are going through a breakup and you haven't really talked to each other, and that's what you're going to let her know, is that you're selling Pokemon cards? Alright, well, apparently, you see how it turned out. And it gets worse. She blocked me on Snapchat. 2 weeks later, I started going out more and posted on Instagram, so she unfollowed me there. A week later, she blocked me on WeChat. I don't even know what that is. Subsequently, blocking me from everywhere with a couple of weeks interval in between. Like, she literally found a way to block this dude on every app or social media. Like, everything. Like, it's ridiculous. And he gives no indication as to why. I mean, yeah, he started posting pictures that he was going out. I don't know why she would unfollow him and block him on everything. It just doesn't add up, okay? Let me keep going on, alright? When I asked him how he handled the breakup, he said, I was really anxious because of the disconnection that I felt when she brought up the breakup. I had tried talking logic to her, and she was definitely smothered by me. I even bought her a Cartier diamond necklace as a grand gesture. You know, what you should have done is made her a necklace out of Pokemon. Maybe that would have worked. When I gave it to her, I cried in front of her because of the painful thought of losing her. However, soon after I returned to Singapore, I realized that all the logical steps and gestures are going nowhere. So I started no contact on her, and it kind of backfired. Well, how did it backfire? He didn't let me know at that point. She texted me on Thanksgiving saying that she okay, here we go. Strap yourselves in, people. She had accidentally used my credit card to place an order on Sephora, but what I realized is there's no way to do that on accident because of the 3-digit code. You know, the code on the back of the card? What? These two, maybe they're meant for each other. I mean, this is just... Well, there's more to him, too. You're going to see. Maybe you're not picking that up as to what I'm talking about yet. But, she accidentally used his credit card to order makeup? Give me a break. Okay, here we go. 3 days later, I replied to her saying, "Hi, nice to hear from you again, though." Nice to hear from you again? She's basically stolen your credit card to order things online. Makeup! Like, how... This is just so bizarre. I can't even wrap my head around it. And then she's like, she's confessing to stealing and using your credit card, and you're like, nice to hear from you again, though. Do you see how this isn't adding up? He's completely ignoring what reality is going on here. I mean, he should be angry. He should say, that's not okay. What makes you think that that would be okay to do? I mean, but he's completely ignored that because he was just happy to hear from her. And then he said, "Happy Thanksgiving. I didn't realize that was on my card statement. LOL." Ready for this? This is how she responds. She blocked me on Facebook. That was her response to what he said? She blocked him on Facebook? The only thing that I can think is that he is completely leaving out major chunks of information here. Because none of this really adds up. Alright, let's move on, shall we? I asked him what the two major problems in the relationship were, and he said, I think the key problem was the attraction. If she was attracted to me enough, she wouldn't have mentioned breaking up. The distance could be another factor, but we've always been trying to work things out. Okay, dude. Come on. You think the biggest problem here is that she's not attracted to you enough? Now, I'm not going to say that's not part of the issue, but you live in Singapore and she lives in New York. Like, maybe she just can't handle that kind of long-distance relationship because she did tell you she can't emotionally do it. You're ignoring what she's telling you because you're saying, no, long distance is okay for me. Yeah, it may be okay for you, but she's telling you it's not okay for her. And she's telling you she can't stay faithful to you. She told you in her own words. I asked him if he thinks the problems were solvable, and he said, definitely. I've been working on myself lately to fix the anxiety problem, like meeting new people to increase my confidence and spending time alone to do things that I'm passionate about. Well, that's great. Good for you, dude. You gotta do that. He said, like I said, distance shouldn't be a problem because I've always wanted to work in the States, and I'm actively working something out. Okay, but she's not telling you she wants to work things out at this point. She's telling you she doesn't want to do it, and what about you moving to the States is going to fix that problem? You're going to move there, and then she's going to be like, what are you doing? Like, I don't want you to move here. We're not working out. You're putting the cart before the horse. So he asked me what the next steps are from here, and I told him, you know, I think you should move on. She wasn't showing you any interest. She's literally gone out of her way to block you on every social media app on planet Earth. I mean, she's saying she doesn't want to do long distance, and you're kind of obsessed with her at this point. And I think that he probably grew up in a very difficult home life where he began to suppress his feelings and his needs and his desires in order to get somebody and please somebody. And, you know, I'm seeing, you know, like I pointed out, lots of different things where he's just kind of ignoring what's really going on here. And, you know, it's hard because if you did grow up in a kind of environment where you didn't have a stable home life, and he didn't tell me about it, but that's what it looks like to me, you're going to suppress your feelings, suppress your needs, because you don't want to sever the bond with your caregivers. And you're afraid that if you do anything to sever the bond with them, they will abandon you. And that's the last thing a child can allow to happen to them, is abandonment, because it would mean death. So, after I sent him the email, he sent me this email back. And, you know, guys, you have to understand that I am extremely busy on my end, and, you know, I love chatting with you guys and I love helping with you guys, but I cannot get to your emails, you know, a lot of the times unless you're signed up to working with me. I'm just busy Skyping all day long, and then I have emails that I have to answer. A lot of times I'm up till 2 o'clock in the morning just trying to keep up, putting together videos. That's why you see the dark circles under my eyes sometimes. Somebody paid a comment about that. Thank you very much, okay? It's because I'm up till 2 o'clock in the morning filming videos, writing these things out for you guys. Some of you guys are not very appreciative, I will tell you that. There is one particular guy in Mexico who puts a dislike on every one of my videos. It's ridiculous. Why do you watch them? I need to know. Why do you watch my videos every day if you're going to dislike them? I don't know if it's a guy. It could be a lady. But if you notice, a lot of my videos, there's one dislike on every video. And I was just like, I feel like it's the same person. And there's a dislike on every video. Well, what can you do? I don't know why they keep watching, but like I said, you guys do some really weird things sometimes. Alright, so this is the follow-up email that he sent me, and I just thought it was so unusual, because he said, to be honest, I had dated a couple girls already and slept with them. Oops. I don't know why, but somehow I want Jessica back. Okay. That little statement for me showed a lot of what's going on for him internally. To say something like that. I dated a couple girls already and slept with them. Oops. That sounds pretty damn immature to me. Okay? Because, you know, you're talking about sleeping with women like it's some kind of ego booster. Or, you know, that, you know, you're it gives me the vibe that you're using people, or just, you know, okay, I took advantage of them, or I slept with them, and now I'm, like, better. I mean, like, what is that? That's not maturity. Like, if you're gonna, there's nothing wrong with making love to a beautiful woman, okay? Let's put that out there. And there's nothing wrong with, you know, having casual flings. But be mature about it, and be upfront with people about it. Don't be dishonest. Don't lie to people. Don't manipulate people. That's not cool. He said that she is a really nice girl and was polite and generous towards my family. It was puzzling for me when she used my credit card like this and then blocked me for the weirdest reasons. Yeah, that is weird. That is weird. And it just goes to show that there's a lot more to her character than you really realize. I mean, it takes a lot, I think, to take some... First of all, how did she even have that credit card information? To actually sit and think, I want that, I don't have money, or I don't want to spend money, I'm going to use my ex's credit card and go through that actual process, and then admitting it, and then saying it was an accident. I mean, we've got all kinds of realities distortions going on here. Alright. Then he said, just right after I replied to your first email, I realized she had unblocked me from Facebook and Instagram. However, I don't want to expect too much and then disappoint myself. I would say that's a very good idea in this case. Like you have mentioned, she should be the one chasing me this time around. Now, I didn't say that. I didn't say she should be chasing you. He said in parentheses, if she's ever interested in me again. What I told him is that you need to wait till she reaches out, and then you try and get her to come visit you, because she needs to invest into this relationship as well. He's already invested. He's thinking about moving across the world to be with her. And I'm saying, no. Slow it down. You need to get her to come visit you, get to her to invest into this relationship again, because it has to be two people working together to invest in each other. But, you know, guys, there's something to be said for emotional maturity and not using people, not looking at women as objects. They are human beings, believe it or not, guys. I am not going to coach you guys to manipulate people for sex or to use people. That's not me. There's plenty of other guys out there that can teach you how to do that, and ultimately, I don't think you're going to feel good in the long run. So I don't want anything to do with that kind of stuff. And you can bet that if you kind of come to me with that kind of stuff, I'm going to call you out for it. Because I like two people trying to work towards making each other happy and having a good, healthy relationship. And as you can see, there were so many unusual things going on in this situation. And not all of it was on him. I mean, sure, he is having a hard time seeing that she's obviously not interested because she's blocking him on everything. But also, her behavior is very bizarre too. So, like I said, guys, I just thought this would be an interesting one to share with you. I do like to switch it up a bit, and I thought, what is going on in this situation? I wanted to share it with you guys, and I hope you enjoyed it as well. If you'd like to get my help personally, just go to my website, askcraig.net, and sign up for the coaching option that works best for you. Make sure you subscribe to the channel, as I do post videos Monday through Friday. And if you like the video, put a like on there, leave your comments below. I'm Craig Kenneth, and I will talk with you soon.